Welcome to Manga Experts. We are back with another top 10 recommendation list. If you like our videos, please leave a like and a comment of your favorite suggestions below. Without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Is the Demon King a healer? In this fantasy world, healers are not considered as reliable teammates, rather they face some real discrimination. Main character is a healer in a party along with his girlfriend. One day, the leader of their party kills the girlfriend of main character. The main character becomes strong in order to take revenge for his girlfriend, and in the end he defeats the Demon King and becomes the next Demon King. This is quite a good manhwa with revenge plot, but later on it evolves into something more bigger than just revenge. The art of this manhwa is quite good and the fight scenes are portrayed very well. The story of this manhwa is also quite good and it becomes more better with each passing chapter. Characters are also written very well. Overall, it's an awesome fantasy manhwa with an amazing story. Number 9. Demon Slaying Chronicles. Based on the tale of the journey to the west, the Demon Slaying Chronicles are a retelling of the story, reimagining them as dedicated demon slayers instead of pilgrims for sacred texts. This manhwa is good for Journey of the West fans, but those who have no idea about Journey to the West will have some problems understanding the story. The plot moves at the speed of a bullet train from chapter to chapter. The art is very unique, but it's not meant for everyone. Chapters are also a little bit short. Number 8. Despite coming from the abyss, I will save humanity. The Abyssals represent pure destruction. They have unparalleled power and follow their instinct to remove all life from the world. However, one day, a traitor appeared among them. Sylvia, a clueless girl, woke up on the battlefield and learned that she is the Twilight Abyssal that the humans hate. After escaping numerous pursuits, Sylvia was adopted by the Ilya family and gradually formed her conviction. She will save mankind using the body of an Abyssal. She will protect the kindness and warmth she received. However, it seems the will of the Abyssals does not intend to succumb to her. Main character is a little kid, so she acts like a naive and cute kid in some situations. The story of this manhwa is very good and a little bit dark. The world building is on point. The characters are well written. The art is also very nice and it becomes a little bit confusing during fight scenes. Overall, it's a decent fantasy manhwa with an overpowered kid as a main lead. Number 7. Infectious. The lesser god Omen wants to become ruler of his realm. To do so, he strikes a deal with the beautiful yet tricky oracle. He may become king, but only if he takes possession of the body that belongs to a young boy named Caleb. We follow Caleb on his terrifying journey to become an exorcist, all in the while he is off control of half of Omen's power and is struggling with his mentality as Omen wields his wicked ways with Caleb. The main character struggles a lot in retaining his sanity, and it becomes a little bit tedious later on. The story of this webtoon is quite good and unique. The art is good, but it becomes a little bit inconsistent sometimes. Well, it is a canvas webtoon, so mediocre art is manageable as long as the story is good. Characters are original and some are very likable. Only read this if you want a story with a grim, dark, intense world. Number 6. Demon Defense Agency. After demons mysteriously appeared and started to terrorize society, an elite task force was formed to deal with the outbreak of attacks. Fighting with special weapons called Imperiums, crafted from the infernal cores of the demons they hunt down, the Demon Defense Agency is now humanity's last hope. And at last is the world's greatest defender, a young man with the most confirmed demon kills. But after discovering a dark secret about the agency he works for, Atlas is forced to go on the run. With enemies all around him and nothing to fall back on, how will he survive and prevent the apocalypse? The story of this manhwa is amazing. The art is the best. Fight scenes are well transitioned. Characters are also executed very well. Number 5. Beholder of the Abyss. A sinister ritual happened in a city hidden away by the gods, and the truth was buried in darkness. Only a baby survived the onslaught, and 15 years later, the events of the past seem to be repeating as the fate of our main character gets intertwined with some supernatural beings. The story of this manhwa is actually pretty good. The art is just fabulous and it becomes more better during fight scenes. There is a little bit issues with the pacing of the plot, but it never gets boring. Main character has two personalities, one where he is a naive high schooler and the other one where he becomes an overpowered exorcist. This is a must-read for supernatural manhwa fans. Number 4. To hell with being a saint, I'm a doctor. Yu-sung is a genius doctor famous in the medical world. He spent his whole life in an operation room and he died in a traffic accident. When he woke up, he was in another world. This is a fantasy world with magic and monsters. Main character has very good understanding of mana and uses some of his knowledge from previous world and implements it along with magic to get astonishing results. People start thinking he is a saint. He put so much effort into learning medicine in his previous life, but now all he needs to do is touch someone and they're healed. This manhwa is an absolute gem. The story is very cute and art is marvelous. The personality of the main character is fit for a sage and a doctor. Side characters are also written very well and the world building is executed well. This is a must-try for fantasy manhwa fans looking for a light-hearted story. Number 3. The Lazy Sword Master. In his past life, Riley Ifileta was a hero who defeated the Demon Lord. Though he emerged victorious from his battles, the emotional strains from fighting all the time got the best of him. After experiencing a rebirth in a powerful family who upheld their reputation through swordsmanship and didn't lack the power to support his leisurely life, Riley decided to become House of Ifileta's lazy swordsman. But the course of the path he walked was never easy. He'll need to make a choice to bare his fangs or continue his naps. Main character has overpowered sword skills, but he hides it from everyone and tries to live a normal life. The story of this manhwa is quite good. Art is also good and fight scenes are portrayed very well. The characters are written very well and they feel like a part of this world. The personality of the main character is very likable. He is totally ruthless when the need arrives. Number 2. Overpowered Sword. The protagonist of a story is always decided from the start. No matter how hard the supporting role tries, they'll just be a supporting role in the end. Then, a moment came where all of that changed. The holy sword that was supposed to choose the hero of the oracle instead came to the main character. Main character is untalented, poor, and have no connections. But he doesn't need to worry anymore because he's gonna be trained by the hero who can resolve anything with the holy sword. This is where Leon's story as the hero begins. This manhwa is very good. Art is awesome and very detailed during fight scenes. Side characters are written very well and you will barely find any cliché characters in this manhwa. The story is also quite interesting and unique. The first 15 chapters consist of training arc and there is a lot of text and training to get through, but it is still very entertaining. Main character's personality is quite good. This is a must-try for fantasy manhwa fans. Number 1. Ending Maker. Main characters are both among the best pro players of the game, Legend of Heroes 2. Outboxer 009, who is eternally first and the forever second place, Yellow Storm. One day, these two woke up inside the game world they used to play, but the ending of Legend of Heroes 2 comes with the destruction of the world. But thankfully, the servers rank 1 and 2 are together. It's time for these pros to work together to achieve a perfect happy ending. This manhwa is a real gem. Story is also written well. The art is very cute and facial expressions of the characters are well polished. Characters are written very well. Both main leads are also likable. Main characters have prior knowledge about the game world, so they are mostly prepared for what's about to come. The world building is massive and constructed very well. It has a romance tag, but the romance in it is not that much overbearing, so normal fantasy manhwa fans who do not like romance manhwas can also try it. Do you agree with our picks? Check out our other videos for more suggestions and don't forget to give us a like before going. Until then, take care and we will see you in our next video.